Hi everyone, welcome to Inventive Mind. This is going to be one of those bite-sized videos about trademarks. So, welcome to my channel. I'm Gayani. I'm an intellectual property and business law attorney. That means I do trademarks, copyright, some patent due diligence, patent stuff, but I'm not doing any prosecution anymore. And also I do form business formations, corporations, and uh, LLCs and business contracts. So I'm a transactional attorney. That means I don't do litigation. I help entrepreneurs and small businesses out there that have transactional needs. So one of the things I do a lot is trademarks, and I wanted to put this video as a resource for anybody who's thinking about filing a trademark, or the clients who are potential clients out there who had interacted with me. And I mean, if I don't have time to share this information in person, I figure this is a good way for me to communicate some educational information. Again, this is for educational purposes only. This is not legal advice. So I will put that up front. If you have a question that is related to your business, that is a legal, you need legal advice, please connect with the attorney who does this type of law that relevant to your area. And if you would like to connect with me, my information is below. But this is for educational purposes. So I think always somebody who is knowledgeable about what we are doing is always a good client or good potential client, just because more you know, the better that we could work together, or whoever you're going to work with. So for that purpose, so trademarks, when you're filing a trademark, there's two ways to file a trademark. You could file, well, there's two ways, meaning when you're filing, you could file it as a trademark in use, which is a 1A filing, or intent to use, meaning a 1B filing. The difference is this for US trademarks, filing in the US. What you want to know is, if you have started a business and you have been using a mark, a trademark could be any symbol, a phrase, or your business name, a combination of those, and you haven't filed a trademark, you may want to get a trademark, because what happens is there are common law rights under if you've been using it in a region. Let's say you're in San Diego like me, and you had a business in San Diego and you've been using it. You have rights in San Diego and the locality you've been using. That's what you call common law rights, but you don't have the federal rights. So if somebody else started a similar business or used this with the similar name, you can actually like expand to that area, because you only been in San Diego. And also they could potentially they can get you to stop using it where you've been using it, but they could stop you from expanding, because they have a presence, they have a federal mark. So so those are some of the reasons why you would want to file. And the reason you do in use, if you've been using it, you could file it as in use. And or if you haven't been using it, but you're starting a business, or you have a name that you really would like to use in your business, because trademarks are about the source of the goods, the goodwill you put into your business is the identification for your consumers or potential consumers. So what you want to do is file it as a 1B, intent to use. When that's mean you're literally, you haven't started using it, but you're planning to use it. But there's limitations you want to know. You actually do have to use a trademark to have keep a trademark. So meaning, I don't think it's a good idea for those who you know, out there who might want to like file it away like you do with domain names. Sometimes people just sit on it, they just register a whole bunch and they just want to negotiate it. That's not going to work with trademarks, because trademarks is something you have a bona fide intent. You should have a bona fide intent to use it with your business. So and you want to be planning to use it in like in a certain amount of time, because once you file a trademark, trademark application process and registration process can take about 6 months to a year, a little longer, depending on the responses and how it goes through. Once you file with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, they don't even assign another attorney to examine that case. The examiner, we call that person, is an attorney that's working for the USPTO for first 3 months. And once they assign an attorney, they will issue a document called office action, which is a report basically looking at what other marks are there, what is the issues that might be a problem for you getting the mark, or if there's conflicting mark or any of that will be in that office section. So so when you go through this process, and after notice of allowance, which is after the examination process, you will have to produce samples of in use. You had to provide a statement of use, which you call a SOU. You file it with a fee. There's a fee involved for those who filed it as intent to use. So if you don't have that and you have maxed out on your extensions, because you could take up to 36 months of extensions. Every 6 months you pay a fee, get an extension. That actually, if you cannot produce it by at that end of that period, you lose the rights. It's become abandoned or canceled because you cannot have it unless you produce this. So, and you have to actually submit that under the penalty of law, that your a statement of use, you're saying that you're bona fide, you're using it in this way, in this commerce. So it's important to know that, because I have gotten some people who have asked me these questions. They're like, oh, I don't want my business, I had a discussion with a business partner and I realized this is a good mark, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to do something, but I want to file this. So they wouldn't file, or they can use it. That's not a good way to go about it, because the trademark process is an expensive process. And you do have to provide this, specimens, we call it evidence of use. So keep that in mind. There's a bite-sized video on what's the difference between a 1A and 1B filing and when to file it, really. So, and I will put, there's other videos on my channels about like the difference between trademarks and domain names. And I'm gonna keep building these parts of videos to get you more information. And I'm gonna try to keep it short so you could like go and click and watch it less than 10 minutes, okay? Thank you again. That's for informational purposes only. If you have questions, please go see your attorney that works in the Pacific area. And until next time, bye.